optimism despite political gridlock, to China's bold bet on Europe's road, from Kuwait's renewed borrowing ambitions to a surge in UAE business activity, and a major move by India to expand its rice exports. We've got a packed lineup tonight. Welcome to Finance Pulse, and here are the top headlines of the day. US stock futures ticked higher on Monday even as the federal government shutdown stretched into another week. Futures linked to the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose around 0.2%, while the S&P 500 climbed 0.3% and the tech-heavy Nasdaq gained 0.4%. It's a continuation of momentum that's seen both the S&P and Nasdaq post gains in 4 of the last 5 weeks, each rising over 1% last week alone. What's driving the resilience? Analysts point to strong corporate earnings and investor optimism that the economy remains on stable footing, even as lawmakers in Washington remain deadlocked. For now, markets are shrugging off the political uncertainty and focusing instead on fundamentals. Meanwhile, China's self-driving industry is setting its sights firmly on Europe. Blocked by regulatory barriers and geopolitical tensions from entering the US market, Chinese autonomous vehicle firms are ramping up their expansion efforts across the continent. They're not just testing vehicles, they're establishing headquarters, signing data sharing agreements, and integrating the systems into European transport networks. To the Gulf now, where Kuwait is preparing for another significant entry into the global debt market. The country is likely to issue more international bonds in 2026, just 2 years after raising $11.25 billion in a 3-tranche sale, its first dollar bond offering in 8 years. The move follows the approval of a sweeping new debt law in March, which authorizes the government to borrow up to $99 billion over 50 years. Officials say the funds will be crucial to covering budget, shortfalls, and financing major infrastructure projects, while also helping Kuwait deepen its presence in global financial markets. Back in the region, the UAE's non-oil private sector is showing strong signs of momentum. Business activity surged to a 7-month high in September as new orders picked up pace and output continued to expand. According to S&P Global's Purchasing Managers Index, the reading climbed to 54.2, up from 53.3 in August, indicating a solid improvement in operating conditions. With any score above 50 signaling expansion, the latest data suggests the UAE's diversification efforts are gaining traction, even amid global economic uncertainty. And finally to India, where the government has announced a significant policy shift to boost agricultural trade. New amendments to rice export regulations, covering both basmati and non-basmati varieties, are designed to make it easier for Indian exporters to access non-EU European markets. The Directorate General of Foreign Trade says the changes, which take effect immediately, are aimed at streamlining trade procedures and tapping into growing demand across Europe. With India already the world's largest rice exporter, the move could strengthen its position even further and help offset recent declines in shipments to other regions. That's all in Finance Pulse for today. Follow the Finance 360 for more updates.